All right, so I'm just going to ask that those be canceled, resolved, healed, and or corrected and taken care of in the highest and best way now, quickly and effortlessly with ease and with grace. If you'll just take some deep breaths for me. Really breathe all the way into those, all the way down to where you feel like it's really getting into that kidney area and surrounding areas, and then breathe all the way out. And do that a few times for me. I'm going to ask that with this, that anything connected to, attached to, or in any way a component of these, that this also be canceled or removed, resolved, or healed now. And anyone else out there that has anything like this that has been miscreated in any way, or that is affecting you in a less than positive, loving, healthy way, we're just going to ask that it be canceled, removed, resolved, and healed. Okay, so I'm just clearing that out. Okay. So everyone out there that is choosing to let go of something that they may be holding on to that's not serving you, you can just take some deep breaths, and this will also clear that out for you as well. And feel free to let me know if you experience something with this that would be beneficial for others to know. If you're watching on Facebook or online, you can leave comments, or you can even message me on Facebook or email me. And so all of my information is on my website, which is ChristyWarnick.com. And I'd be happy to hear from you. Okay. All right. So let's see. Were those two things resolved 100% of this time? No. Something else attached to them? Yes. Any cords or anything like that need to be resolved at this time? Yes. Okay. So you've got some cords there too. So I'm just going to ask for everyone live and on the replay, any and all cords, ties, tethers, hooks, or strings, or anything else like that, energetic, that is not serving you, that those be cut, dissolved with love, and the holes filled with love and light. And I feel like there was some anchors there. So I'm just going to ask that any and all anchors to be removed now that are no longer serving, that are not definitely want to do everything that is only for your highest and best good. Okay. Okay. Are you feeling anything now, Marla? Because I'm sensing some tingling going on.
Yeah, I'm feeling some tingling in my hand.
Okay. Okay. Let me see. Okay. So is it true that those two things are completely resolved at this time? Yes. Okay. So that's great. Okay. So we've got about a few more minutes. Let me see what else that other thing is that was affecting your kidneys at this time. It's something that we needed to know a little something about. So is that something that was miscreated as well? Yes. Okay. Was it miscreated by you? No. Was it miscreated by like another, let's see, another dimension? Okay. So it's definitely something dimensional. Okay. Do we need to know more? Yes. Is it something to do with fear? No. All right. So okay. It's something to do with weight. So there's definitely something that was miscreated to do with like excess weight. So I'm just going to ask that, and that's all I needed to know. So I'm going to ask that also be canceled, removed, resolved, and healed completely. Make sure that all things connected to, attached to, or anything else like that are resolved as well. We're just going to clear out any emotions, hidden emotions, or any other kinds of emotions, known and unknown, that may be in your kidneys or in that surrounding area, or any way affecting your weight or your endocrine system, your thyroid, your energy. I'm just going to ask that all of those be cleared out now and all to be replaced with unconditional love and light. Okay. I'm sensing like a lightness about you, actually.
Yeah, it made me really emotional. It brought back actually a statement that my paternal grandfather made to me when I was like 5 years old about my weight, and it was very negative, and it has stayed with me.
Okay, so I'm just going to ask that any and all traumas or anything else surrounding that, because to a child that can be very traumatic. So I'm just going to ask that that be removed, but it also be resolved and healed and just surround it all with love and light. And anything else is coming up, you don't have to talk about it. You don't really have to. But if you feel it coming up, you can just ask that it be released now. Okay. All right. And just take some deep breaths. Okay. Okay, so what percentage of this is complete at this time? Over 80%? No. Over 75? Yes. 75, since it's about 79% is complete right now. I'm going to ask that all of our divine teams continue to work on this, and I want to double check your energy levels at this time. First of all, I'm just going to double check and kind of go back and recall and reclaim and restore that energy for you. Cleared and cleansed and returned with love. And I'm going to ask that everyone out there who really feels like, their energy might be a little bit low, I'm going to ask from that highest source, whatever that is for you, if there's any excess energy, and it's not being taken from anyone else, it's just excess energy that is from that highest source that anyone can receive out there for their especially to restore that soul power, that soul energy, that life force energy, any excess energy that anyone can receive at this time directly from that highest source. So it already is cleared and cleansed and with love and all of that. So I'm just going to ask that you receive that be downloaded and that you receive that fully integrated. And Marla, you may feel this coming in. Okay. Let me check out of a 10, where's your energy levels at now as far as being restored? Okay. 5, yes. 5, 6, 7, 8, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It's a 9 out of 10 right now.
Oh,
so that's
good.
much better than the 5 that it was at. And it's still continuing to clear out. So we're going to continue this until the time's up. Actually, I'm going to stay with you here with this and ask that this continue. And while that's actually working, I have an accelerator image that I just chose over here. This is the creation of life, emotional balance and freedom. So this, if you're watching this, it's got a lot of energy circles and things like that, and it looks like this. These are by Brian DeFlores, Light Quest International, and they hold energies. And so I'm just going to send these out to everyone. And like I said, this is the creation of life, emotional balance and freedom. And it really brings in that the clarity and the wisdom within the human energy field. So I'm just going to download, integrate, and activate this for everyone, infusing everyone with these energies, the frequencies of this. And I'm going to call in any and all frequencies that are most beneficial to restore energy, to restore health, to the thyroid, to the endocrine system, to the kidneys, to really bring in that life force energy, and also any that would help with any kind of weight loss, or people that are wanting to be. I'm just going to say healthy weight, because not everyone's looking to lose weight. So I'm just going to ask that each person receive what is most beneficial for them to be at a healthy weight for them, the weight that they choose to be. How about that? So whatever is most beneficial for you, I'm just going to ask that those be downloaded, integrated, and activated for everyone. And you may also feel these coming in, and that's okay. That's great. That's just letting you know that they're there and that they are beneficial for you, because you're only receiving what's best for you, each person individually. Okay. How are you doing there, Marla?
I'm good. I feel a relief.
Good. Okay. I'm going to pull a card. The Ascended Masters deck kind of came up. I'm going to see what card comes up. And this will be for you and everyone out there. Okay. Got two cards here. The first one is Let It Go by Kuan Yin. See that? Let It Go by Kuan Yin. So that's very, very, I'm getting that falls into place with like the emotional stuff, letting go of those past things that come up for you, just noticing those things and being ready and willing to let them go once you really address them and know that they've come up for a reason, and then be willing to let them go and heal with that. And the other one is purification. So White Tara, purification. And so with this one, definitely is also very good for advice for the kidneys, but also your overall energy. You really want to purify that. So you really want to do the exercise that I've shown several times, which is to run those energies up and down from the center of the earth all the way up to that highest source and back down. And just imagine that. You can give it a color. I usually imagine like a white light. Some people imagine a golden light. You can surround yourself in different colored lights, like a blue or a green. Green is very healing.
Radio. I'm Jacqueline Close-Moore, and I am joined, of course, by our resident doctor, Dr. Anthony. We're at Whittlesea Chinese Medicine. Welcome back to the show, and sorry about my hopeless introduction.
Thank you very much. It's a pleasure to be on again.
Yes, absolutely.
Welcome back to Whittlesea.
Welcome back. It's a lovely place at the base of the Kinglake Ranges in Victoria, in Australia, and it gets cold here in winter.
Not as cold as America.
Not as cold.
We're actually probably a joke compared to the beautiful American weather winters that they get.
Yes.
But, we get down to like 1 degree. We think it's cold.
-4 sometimes.
Yeah, on a rare day.
On a rare day.
But still possible.
I remember
absolutely.
those days.
Correct.
I remember wood fires. I remember chopping wood.
Correct.
Loading it into the fire and going, I hope it warms out.
Or even cook your breakfast with it.
Yep.
That's what we had to have.
Nothing quite like eggs on the fire. But we're talking about the element of water, which kind of has a winter connotation.
It does.
You were saying.
It does. So water is winter, the season of winter, the colour of blue. The sound of groan. The thing is with water, that's right. They're either in stillness, a water element person. They're either in stillness or they're rapidly all over the place.
Yes.
There's no, with water element people, there's no happy medium.
Literally.
They're either completely stagnant or completely flowing. And the funny thing that I like with water element people is their opinion is your opinion, whether you like it or not, because water infiltrates and flows everywhere. So their opinion is everywhere. They're a very strong character, the water element. Although when they're not quite right or we have a blockage, they become stagnant and putrid. So we need to work on their kidney and bladder meridians to clear that out, to increase urination, to clear out the meridian, to make them a stronger person. They have a rule. The best thing about water element people is their strong determination to get things done. So a lot of CEOs, political leaders are quite water elements. It's their way or the highway. They make an opinion and make a decision and they don't look back. They're always forward flowing when they're flowing right. When they're off target, they become stagnant and still like a pond, and they become festering. So we have this dampness accumulating in the body, which then, with a combination of heat, becomes damp heat, which becomes sweat, which becomes putrid, which becomes smelly, which becomes water retentive. So then they start swelling up, and they don't like humid, hot days. Melbourne gets a few humid days these days, but a more Queensland-style weather, which is really bad for water element or damp retaining people. So we work a lot on their kidney and bladder element to flush that out. They groan a lot. So in their voice, one of the telltale signs is they groan because everything's an effort and hard to do.
Yep. Yeah, wow.
Which is...
I'm thinking of a few politicians right now.
Correct. And they work off the emotion of fear too, which is a political...
Yep.
We all know our leaders around the world, and most of them would fit into this water character. Yep. The other thing with a water element patient is they normally have a full head of hair. Is another water element sign. Correct. Can also
remember, like Bob Hawke, he had
absolutely,
hair. He actually kind of reminded you of a highlight. And he also kind of reminded me of a rather excited cockatoo. You know, like this, and the crest going.
He does have that look about him, even now as a retired politician. But both sides of politics, if you look at the leaders, they're mostly water element. My way or the highway, and I don't do anything wrong. It's like a flood, a rush of water running down a river. It just moves and doesn't look back. The damage is done, be it good or bad. And like I said, it's their highway, their way or the highway. And their opinion is it. Yours isn't.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, no, we don't. Us other element patients don't dare argue with a water element.
Yes.
Well, I do because I'm a practitioner.
Well, you can get away with that stuff.
And that I do, correct. What else do I need to know? They smell a bit like ammonia when you do the smelling of the patient. 5-element acupuncturists actually smell the patient.
Just think cats.
Just think cat wag, yeah, cat wag. That's basically the smell behind a water element. But they're really, like all the elements, like all of us, we're really nice people, and there is different attributes per element, and that's how 5-element practitioners treat. First, we identify the element they are. Now, this isn't their birth element.
No.
This is the
We've done some talk about that.
We have.
For example, my Chinese astrology using stem branch Chinese astrology actually comes up, the highest amount is fire and then metal, but in a constitution, I'm actually earth.
Right, and I would say you're an earth.
Because you were saying constitutionally I'm earth, which I agree with, because you've shown me a bit about the 5-element stuff, and I'm like, that fits me.
Yep.
But on a Chinese astrological level, mostly fire, then metal. So it does not always translate exactly on that level. But also, if we think of the Constitution, it's a very separate thing, I guess, to necessarily their actual personality.
Correct.
But it's more how their health is reacting.
And how they were brought up by their parents up to the age of 4, when the Constitution's set, or their morals are set by the age of 4 anyway, and in this world, their Constitution's set by the age of 4.
Yep.
So you can have 2 people born on the same day, 2 totally different elements, even though the astrology chart says they're actually the same.
Yep.
In the world of 5-element acupuncture, they're actually not. It's the way they were brought up.
Yep.
And you can spend hours going through each particular element and how the childhood splits. And you can't go from water to metal, you're one or the other.
Yep.
You can have traces of one element,
Yep.
Absolutely. But the core existence is, as we're talking about today, is the water element. And of course, as I said, affects the bladder and the kidney meridian, and they'll always have bladder-kidney issues.
Do they have trouble with heating and cooling, like the hot hands or the cold hands?
They do get quite hot if they're out of balance. And so this is when we talk about the retention of water. Add heat to it, we have damp heat. So they'll sweat easy, they'll sweat on cool days,
yep.
and they blow up, basically.
Yep.
And the humid weather is the worst thing for them. Northern Queensland weather is the worst thing for water element patients with heat retention. So, of course, we add acupuncture points. Large intestine 11 here near the elbow is what I use to regulate the body's temperature. And it's right beside large intestine 10, which I use as a sleep point.
Which I think I was just pressing.
You were.
Yes.
And it's actually quite sore. So just on that, when I treat an athlete with an injured elbow, one of the questions I ask, how's your sleep? No, I can't sleep. I touch them here. They go, oh, my God, that's sore. That's your sleep point. We clear the sleep point, so we're clearing the pain, clearing the blockage. So we reduce pain, clear the blockage, and they sleep beautifully, which allows the body to heal. The body heals itself beautifully when it's asleep. It's the best time.
Yeah.
So I'm great for nana naps, and I pulled an all-dayer the other day.
Fantastic.
I went all day without a nana nap. I was wrapped. But anyway, so yes, so
I'm quite at this stage of my life, I'm quite the one for the nana naps every now and again.
Oh, look, I'm all for it.
Fantastic.
Just don't be driving.
No, probably don't nap while driving.
Yeah, no, auto cruise control doesn't mean climb in the back and have a sleep with the car.
I did test the steering on my new car to see,
Beautiful.
And so I drove down the road, hands at the ready, but not actually on the steering wheel.
That's the shot.
I managed to go for about 1.5 kilometres, just
steering with your knees,
straight
eating your muesli. You were eating when
No, I was actually just testing the alignment and everything.
Beautiful.
This is
Great.
just light as a feather.
And slightly tap the brakes and then pull one the other way.
Fantastic.
Mate.
I'm in seventh heaven. It's helping me because that helps with the whole arriving rested, which can be an issue.
Absolutely, for busy practitioners.
For busy practitioners like us. And so when we're dealing with water element people and or they're a bit blocked, what sort of points can we press to get, I guess, the hydration going again?
Yeah, so...
besides obviously needing to drink water.
Drink water's number one. Funny enough, water elements need water just like the rest of us do.
Do they need more water?
Look, I'm a 2 to 3 litre a day person, and I'll always tell every patient that walks in the door, you need to drink 3 litres, knowing they'll only drink 2.
Yes.
If I tell them to drink 2, they'll drink 1.
Correct.
But then they start counting up their cups of tea, their Coke, their Milo, and I go, totally ignorance to that.
Yep.
I need you to drink 2 to 3 litres of just pure water by itself. So points for water element patients are, of course, the bladder meridian.
Yep.
A spleen as well controls water. So spleen, bladder, and kidney meridians are the one we use for those. We always nourish heart, so I always add Shenman, Heart 7, just in here is one of my favourite points. All fertility patients get that. All footballers get that. Everyone gets a heart nourishment. And it's amazing, Jacqueline, when you mention the word, by the way, today we're going to nourish, part of my principles of treatment is move pain, calm the Shen, and I'm going to nourish your heart. When you use those words, you can see them well up.
Yeah.
Because here's a practitioner who actually cares for a patient, and not only is he going to fix my elbow, he's going to nourish my heart. That sits beautifully with patients.
Also, the thing is, they might not even understand the terminology on a conscious intellectual level, but when you're saying that, it goes right through, I notice, because I can say, and they'll give me the date of birth and something, and I go, they're a fire rooster Leo, and they go, I get it now. And you're like, yeah, right. So I'll be explaining that. So when you're saying this stuff, is the release also them hearing that and hearing the energy, I guess, of that, and being able to go, also, yes, you care, but, he knows what he's doing, and I feel safe.
And it resonates with me.
Yeah.
It resonates not here, but here.
Yeah.
So this is, as practitioners, we treat to here. We treat from here to here, not here.
Would you say that it's the heart or the brain that holds memory more?
I'd say the heart. The brain's merely a tool for the rest of the body. The heart holds heaps, and I've seen tons of... I treated a lady the other day for a dry mouth syndrome, which was actually heart resonance flaring up, heart heat flaring up from an emotional disturbance that happened years ago. Well, during the consultation, she had an abortion years ago that her husband was unaware of, and now it's coming back to haunt her, so to speak. Unfortunately for this couple, he was unaware of what had happened years ago and totally dismissed my diagnosis and said, she's got nothing to be upset about. Okay, no worries. That's exactly what I did.
Yep.
I went, yeah, no worries. Where she in the room was crying her eyes out. On a physical level, it was a B12 deficiency. On an emotional level, it was a heartbeat caused by sadness due to an emotion attachment 20 years ago, 25 years ago, that she hadn't processed. So, yes, what was the question?
I think you've answered it.
Okay,
so the heart and the kidney talk too.
Oh, absolutely. There's a beautiful relationship between heart-kidney, and this is what helps keeps us asleep at night. When the kidney meridian kicks in, it actually reaches up and holds the heart, nourishes the heart, holds it down into the body, and keeps you asleep. Now, where there's a disturbance between kidney and heart, that this waking up to go to the toilet, there's an example of a kidney-heart relationship not working. We always nourish the heart and tonify kidneys. And that's why I keep saying that when you use the term nourish the heart, now it can be a 6 footballer who's got muscle on muscle, you use the term nourish the heart, and they kind of melt.
Yep. Yeah.
They kind of melt because, hang on, here's a practitioner that he's not only caring about what's wrong with me, I'm treating the body as a whole. Had a beautiful compliment from a patient, secondhand, treated her twice. The person that referred her to me, I said, how's she going? She just said, oh, she's going amazing. She can't believe how generally well she feels.
Yes.
Came in for a back, but she feels great. She's sleeping. She's eating properly. She's using her bowels daily. She's urinating 8 to 10 times a day. She's increased her water intake, and she just feels great. But I was only treating her back.
Yep.
So this is the difference with Chinese medicine practitioners or acupuncturists. We treat as a whole, not as a single. So we don't just come in, I'll fix that and then ignore everything else.
Yeah.
Well, hang on, you're not sleeping properly, you've got heat issues, you've got water issues, and you just want me to fix this? No, sorry, we treat the whole body.
Yeah. Well, I had an appointment with the cardiologist, cardiothoracic surgeon or whatever he was, but cardio guy, specialist dude, and he says, and so we got into this debate about how my operation was going to happen, because he was telling me we're going through the right venous entry. I said, that won't happen. He goes, well, you let me finish. And I went, fine. I'll tell you. After you finish telling me what's going to happen, I'll tell you what's going to happen. So we can be okay with that. So right venous entry, blah, 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 and that'll be 3.5 hours on the table. I said, okay, so here's what's going to happen. You need to schedule me last because you're going to have to do a left venous entry. But we don't do that. That's very dangerous. We have to flip you on the table. It's very dangerous to go in through the left-hand side of the like this. But let me finish. I said, and when you get in through the heart, there's a little valve there, right? Little opening, and you're going to go in through the left, and you come right around here, right there. I said, right there, okay? And you'll have it. I said, and you'll never have to see me again, I promise.
Didn't like that.
And he goes, well, do you want to take a bet on that? I said, sure. How much do you want to put up?
Yep.
He says, $100. I said, all right, shaking a hand. You know what I should have done? I should have made him write that down and sign it.
Yes.
So anyway, exactly as I said, he tried 12 times on this side. 12 times. Oh, I felt it when I woke up. I'm like, I feel like my leg's been amputated,
Yeah.
And he walks in and he goes, well, I think we've applied the curative effect and we'll not need to see you again. I said, I told you that. I said, no, you had to go through the left and it took 5.5 hours, like I said it would. And I said, the only thing you did wrong was not put me last.
Yep.
Because you've delayed other patients because of
Right, okay, hence it. I love it.
It's like you've inconvenienced the other patients, not me.
He wouldn't have liked that at all.
No, $100. I said, look, if you look on the chart, it shows where you put the X where I said it would be.
Yep.
And you owe me $100.
Yep.
No, he walked out. Walked out the door. Very unhappy. But there was a lot of water, heart, fire, water stuff going on at the time.
Correct.
And the thing that really got me and why I'm bringing this up is they never actually said, how's your iron, Jacqueline?
Oh, okay.
How's your magnesium? Because, you kind of need those for your heart to be steady. And surprise, I later found out that, in fact, it was really low. Which, of course, you guys would be going, hang on, let's talk about not just the heart, but also let's talk about the chi. Hang on, you're looking a bit flat, Jacqueline. Do you think you might want to get your iron checked?
Yep. And that's why I insist on blood tests too, because not only do we treat what I see, I treat what we don't see. And to get that done, we need blood tests done. And, of course, our parameters are much smaller than Western medicine. So even though the Western medicine doctor will say you're fine, I say to the patient, no, I need to see him. And straight away with another patient, I picked up iron deficiency, B12 deficiency, And funny enough, this patient actually came from a naturopath clinic as a receptionist, and they all said it was fine. I go, no way, is this fine?
No.
And of course, symptoms of tiredness, fatigue, inability to sleep, red tip on the tongue, foggy memory, correct, heavy limbs in the morning, all that kind of spleen, chi deficiency symptoms. But anyway.
And you've even seen, like, you've seen the test results I have now, and the doctor said, oh, you're fine, you just need a tablet from the supermarket.
Yep.
And the next week I was in hospital with an iron transfusion from a specialist.
Correct. It annoys me the way they move, and every year they move their parameters too to make their job a lot easier. I just find that disgusting.
Yes.
So as I said, I just tell patients, bring them in, let us read.
I always recommend getting a printout of your results.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Take them to someone you trust.
Yep.
Now we've actually got a caller on the line, being very patient with us. We've got Teresa in Nashville, Tennessee. Are you there, Teresa? We can't hear her.
Can't hear her. Okay.
That's all right.
Anyway, she'll come back.
She'll come back at some point. But yeah, so when we're kind of dealing with water element people, what sort of things can they also, besides what we've talked about, do, I guess, more emotionally? Because we're talking about the physical, but how do they deal with emotionally?
The best thing for water patients to do is actually, or water element patients to be, is actually be near the water.
Yeah.
And like be at one with the water, like the rhythmic wave or the stillness of a pond, whatever suits them. So the goers, the politicians, this is the earth is flat, right? The earth is flat, right?
Ah, yeah,
right?
Of course.
So they're the ones that'll be at the beach.
Yeah.
And here we go.
Yeah.
And be by the beach and there's always movement. Where those that are not pushy, a bit more subdued and there's a bit of grief involved, they'll feel comfortable near the stillness of a pond.
Yes.
And that's okay too, because the pond is not actually still.
No.
There's more life in there, or just as much life is there as is a wave. So they need to find what suits them the best. And I talk about that with the patient as well. You can pick that up quite quickly. Like diagnosis happens within the first 60 seconds of me seeing a patient.
Yep.
Now, my RMIT colleagues and my university lecturers will tell me off and go, no, it takes 30 minutes. Well, some of us can actually do it quite quickly. But anyway.
When you're working with intuition, I guess. Now, we've got Teresa back again. You there, Teresa?
Hello.
Hello, Teresa. Welcome to the show. It's lovely to hear from you. Is there a question you had for Dr. Anthony there as well? And I'll also do a reading.
Ma'am? Hello?
Yep. So was there a question you wanted to explore?
The sound going in and out. Can you hear me now?
We can hear you, absolutely. Feel free to go for it.
Oh, okay. I was just wondering about, do you see a job coming for me?
It feels like there's been a lot of up and down there with you, and I feel as if I would say my short answer is yes, there is a job coming for you. I feel like there's change, challenge and opportunity, and I also feel like we're dealing with letting go of a few things at the moment as well on more the emotional level. But it feels to me like there is another role coming for you soon. It can be difficult to hold the positive on that, but it's really important to do that at the moment. Dr. Anthony, what were you also getting there?
Yeah, it's basically the same thing, but I feel there's sadness and pain.
Yep.
Sorry to go down that road, but that's what I'm picking up from you, young Teresa. I don't know if that sits right, but I just feel a lot of sadness there.
Yep. Does that make sense for you, Teresa?
Yes. Well, I'm been a little sad because I'm used to working and I'm not working now.
Exactly.
Self up over.
Dr. Anthony's very right there. It's really important not to be giving yourself a hard time. You do have a lot of perfectionism sort of stuff with you. Like you really like to give your all to things, and we're talking before about the go of water, and we're sort of hearing a bit of that energy there in a way. Yeah. And your the grief around not feeling that you're able to sort of get moving at the moment. What sort of point on the body would Teresa find useful that maybe she can see, like if we can press that while we're here, and she can see them on podcast later?
Sure. Shenman or heart 7 near the wrist. It's a heart nurturing point. Again, we're back to nurturing the heart. And a kidney point, kidney 3, down near the ankle. I can't lift my leg up that high. There's one down near the ankle. Is it ground? I feel she needs to be more grounded.
Definitely.
Yeah. I feel she's a nurse, by the way.
Yep.
she's got great sympathy and great understanding for people around her and her friends, and she enjoys summer.
Definitely enjoys summer. That feels like that. Does that make sense to you, Teresa?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Can we ask what your profession normally is?
I was in child care, but I do not want to do child care no more. I'm done with that.
Had enough of childcare.
Yes, understandable. I would also feel that other qualifications are going to be something that you're going to do over the next 2 years, and it's going to be really terrific in where that will take you. But yeah, at the moment you can feel really kind of a bit stuck with where you are, but you will get going again. Dr. Anthony was picking up that nursing quality in you, and so, there's definitely that nurturing, statement in that. Very much a carer, but at the moment needing to care for yourself. So please stop being hard on yourself. Take this one step at a time. There is another role in the short distance future coming up for you, but to me that's like a stepping stone role. It's going to be what pays the bills while you're working towards what you'd really like to do later. So it's going to be important to keep the positives on this at the moment, if that makes sense.
Oh, okay. Everybody keeps telling me that. That's a little hard, though.
Very, very much so. It is difficult at the moment, and certainly we really feel for you. Now, Dr. Anthony was just picking up on you being arty and crafty, or needing, I would translate that, or needing to be so. Have you been doing any arts and crafts and things like that, or been thinking of doing that?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, so really...
I was looking at a job about crafting.
Art therapist. Would art therapist be something you would think of doing? Because that would probably be really good for you.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So have a think about it. But certainly getting into your creative side at the moment will help kickstart your energy, and it'll give you some ideas that might come left of field of how to kind of create some relief for yourself in a situation at the moment. But please stop hammering yourself. That's our message.
Okay.
Absolutely beautiful soul, and we're going to be sending you a lot of healing after the show. You can connect to us as well if you want, Teresa, after the show. Just go on to soulstar.media, and that's where you can find us, but also on the Facebook page. Now, you were going to say?
I was just going to say, I feel working with kids with autism is down Teresa's road.
Absolutely, that's another area, because it's kind of that nursing quality once again. So caring and nurturing, nursing, training, teaching people.
Working with kids. Yeah, she's a caring soul, so she's on their level. Yeah. I can just see you doing lots of work with children again. Teresa, probably not what you wanted to hear, but...
Yeah, but I think you'll be able to do it in a way that's not irritating to you.
Yeah. More fun.
Right. So have a look at the skills and qualifications you want to go into, because I don't feel there's much of that training to have to do to get a start in where your next part of this goes. But there is further quite big training you're going to take on later on that's going to take you a lot further. So, give it a real red-hot go. We're sending you all of our love, and we hope that helps you today, Teresa.
It did. Thank y'all.
Oh, thank you, darling. What a beautiful soul.
Lovely person, yeah.
Absolutely wonderful energy, and really kind of feeling stuff at the moment, Yeah. And it really goes to that water we were talking about as well, Correct. And that real sort of up and down. And there's this rushing in part of her energy, but an absolute stopping in the other.
Correct. That could be the earth coming out, the grounding, stopping and going forward. But she wants to be there.
Yeah.
I feel she's like a very homebody too. Motherly, nurturing, caring. I must thought.
Because you're dropping the energy. He's just having a glass of water, which is what we've been starting the show with. So, yes, and we do apologise to people who wanted to get through today, but we could only get through so many callers in a show. But it's been wonderful connecting with you, Teresa, and everyone listening. You can also connect to us through Soulstar Radio. If you Google Soulstar Radio, you'll find the website. You can also find Dr. Anthony on there. There's a link to him and his website, and he does treat people who come and travel to him from all around Australia, and at times people come from overseas.
They do.
So, don't be afraid to reach out if you're wanting to ask a question.
Absolutely.
If you want to connect with us, if you want Dr. Anthony to cover a particular topic next time he's on, coming from a Chinese medicine level. So thank you, everyone, for tuning in. Thank you for being here again, Dr. Anthony.
Thank you, and thank you for having me on. Look forward to the next time.
We'll be back same time next week, same that time, same that channel.
Channel.
Okay.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
Hi, I'm Jenny and thanks for watching Moonstruck. And now back to A1R on the air, Psychic Talk Radio now on Moonstruck TV and Lightning Television.
Hello everyone! And hello my students, fans and followers. Well, today I want to talk about miracles. I know that many of us not really believe in miracles, or when we are talking about unknown energies, universe, and how we can attract things to ourselves, there's always some sort of question mark from people, especially negative people, that ask you, how could it be possible? How can you attract things to yourself? How can you do this and how can you do that? Well, my answer to those people that is starting to question mark universe and the quantum of energies and miracles and unknown energies is, when you ask, you receive. If you are not asking, you are not receiving. Very simple. You have to ask and you have to receive. How you have to receive? Listen to this one. If you believe what you ask, then you are going to receive. Sometimes you see that, oh yeah, well, yeah, I'm actually believe in this attractions, miracles, unknown energies, but nothing happened to me. I would say why? I would tell you why. Because you are not believing in what you are asking. Because you can't see yourself as a wealthy person. You can't see yourself as a famous person. You can see yourself as a healthy person. And you can see yourself wherever you want to be. Because you are not believing that is going to happen. The first very important law is that you have to believe in yourself and your thought. And you have to believe what you are asking. If you are not believing, there's no attractions of energies that come into you. The only things that come into you is doubt, never going to happen, negative people, toxic energies, and even more. Because you put yourself in the doubt situation. Stop doubting. Start acting. How? Start believe in yourself and believe in what you want. And then stop question marking where, how, and with whom I would get this and I will go there. That's not your business. That is universe business. It sounds like you are going to the restaurant. Very luxurious, very nice, very gorgeous restaurant. And there is a lot of people around. If you are not ordered the food is not coming to your table. But when the guy or the girl come and ask you what you want, and you tell exactly what you want, then you are not asking the cook, what did he exactly done? How much ingredients or whatever you actually use to make this kind of meat to me or this type of the food or whatever. You are not asking. That's what exactly you have to stop. How, where, and when. All you had to do, and you have to, is just start believing in yourself and start asking to receive. So back to studio, and you are guys listening to A1R. And this is Fiona, Persian Medium. I am Hover. And by the way, happy Wednesday. So I had a caller. Let's just see. Well, hello, Jojo. How are you doing?
I'm okay, honey. How are you?
I'm doing very well. You're from England. Wow. How's everything there?
Yeah.
Oh, I love it. So is it cold? Is it dark? Is it like, what time is it?
Over in England, we are 10 past 3 in the morning.
Oh, yeah? Okay. Okay. And here actually in California, is almost about 7-7. Well, let's say that 7-7 is kind of good number, and 7-7 is actually the lucky number. And I feel like that could be lucky for you too. So first, my dear, I would love to hear about your date of birth, and then shoot your question and tell me what you have in your beautiful mind and your heart and what I can do for you. Go ahead, sweetie.
My date of birth is 27/11/65.
Okay.
What was the next question you asked me?
Next question is about, would you want to know about your time and what you have in your beautiful mind and your beautiful heart. Please go for it.
I want to know if my little baby's okay, because I lost her a long time ago, many years ago, and people were telling me that I was silly because I wanted to talk to her. Basically, a lot of that on my father, because I think a lot about my dad as well.
Mm-hmm. How old was she when you lost her?
She was 8 months old.
Okay. And the reason that you lost her and the reason that she passed?
She had heart problems, and she passed through a viral bronchiolitis.
Well, the good news and the connection that I figured right now is about to tell you that she's in a good place, because when I'm trying to focus on her and her energies right now, I see her around water and ocean, place with the ocean. Yes, place with the ocean, like an ocean view. She's living around, she's close to the water. And I feel that that water is too blue, kind of like blue-green kind of type of water. So that type of feeling telling me that she is right now in the place that she always wished to go as a trip, or some places that she always loved to go. So it sounds like ocean and ocean view, the place that she's living, and the best place ever that you can imagine. That means she's in a good place. Number two, she got her dream come true because she's exactly in that place that she always wanted to be. And number three, she's not alone. It sounds like one of the family members or someone that was very connected to you and dear to you is around her as well. So she's not alone.
Oh, my. Cool.
She's also,
that is really cool. Wow.
Yeah. Also telling you about yard or some plant. I don't know what she's trying to tell me, but it's all about a plant, a green plant. It could be a backyard. It could be a summertime. She's trying to tell me about something good, something as a nice memory about summer or some of those summers that you guys had. It sounds like that she's trying to tell you about, like, she always reminds herself about that. So you got it? So there is the balance of backyard, green plants, and timing. And it's all about remember that summer. That is the message that I'm receiving from her right now. And she's saying that she's not in pain. She's happy. And she feels very good. She's connected to you and telling you about your health. What is going on with your health? Sounds like that she is worried for you. Sounds like that she wants you to come down and relax. She's around you and she's never left you. She's always listening and can hear you very well. So that's why I wanted you to just relax every night before you go to bedtime. I wanted you to relax and concentrate and feel her. By feeling her and connecting, she will come to your dream and will answer to one of your questions that you have for a long time. She's talking about a young gentleman. I don't know whom is this, but I have to tell you, she's telling you that don't worry about him. Or let that person do not be worried about him. He's going to be all right. So somehow
he's going to be okay.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
That is exactly what she's telling me right now. I feel, I sense, and I can't even smell this beautiful lady. And I feel that she has some special perfume, maybe smell that she was really been in love with. And I can feel that smell so good. And I wanted you to just wear that type of the perfume or something that she wore, or maybe you used when you was around her, when she was alive, to try to use the same.
Wow. My favourite perfume. Little bugger. She'd be spraying it out around my bedroom, wouldn't she?
Yeah, she loved it. And she wanted you to continue and do it because she is always going to be around when you do. It sounds to me you're fresh and you make the all energies around and surround you to feel good about her and you when she was alive. She misses you. She thanked you for everything you did for her. She appreciated you for whatever you do for that young man. I don't know who he is, but... And she's telling you, you should never give up because I'm always going to be around and surround you.
Ooh.
I understand.
Yeah. I miss her too. I miss her quite a lot.
She misses you too. But she's around you. That's the only good news. I mean, listen. She knows where you are. She knows what you're doing. She knows what type of perfume and spray and whatsoever you are using around. That means that she's around you. That means that you feel her every single night and day. What are you waiting for? Talk to her. Communicate with her. Ask her.
I got told that I was silly. I went to see somebody and they told me that I was silly, that my daughter would never be around me because once they'd gone, they'd gone. And I said, no way.
Absolutely.
You know, she did something for me.
Wow.
That she did something for me that was really special. She did me a picture on my mirror in my bathroom. And every other day I used to write back to her. I used to put a love heart on and write back to her, I know I love you too. You know, but then people were coming in my property and telling me that I was silly and that, and it waylaid me a little bit. But I really wanted to hear you say to me that I'm not silly. I know that she's around me, so that's really puts a different light on everything, doesn't it? And I am very spiritual. So, yeah. Cool.
Well, she's around you, and you've been right. Mom always had right. Remember that. There is no one in the earth that could be like Mom, that could sense her kids, alive or not alive. That's why you as a mom can sense your daughter from the head to toe, even she's not around and she's not alive. We think that when someone died and it's all done. Well, not. They are in a good place.
I believe in the afterlife, that they carry on. They've just finished their life on Earth and they're going to carry on elsewhere.
Yeah.
You know, I know that when you pass, like myself, I've been here many times, years and years before, and I get a lot of visions as well, premonitions of other people that I feel in my heart that I need to help them so that they can move on. And that's what I've been trying to do. The gentleman she's on about is a very good friend of mine. And I've been helping him. You know, it's been really good, hasn't he, Robert? Robert has been really good, yeah.
What she mentioned to you as well. So that means that what you are doing right. And what others says, completely ignore. and try to not even actually ask yourself twice if whatever they said has any kind of legit or somehow it's correct, because it's not. No. And keep in your power as a mother, because mother always sends her kids, no matter what, alive or not alive. So all I wanted you to do is just like connect with her before the bedtime, 10 minutes before. Just say her name 10 times. You don't need to talk loud. You can actually have it inside, but 10 times, has to be 10 times. And then close your eyes and tell exactly what you want to feel and sense about her. I promise you, the same night or the day or the night that you do, she's going to come to your dream and she will talk to you. Willing to.
Can I just ask you something? Could you ask her which crystal? She keeps moving one of my crystals. I have a big crystal box in my bedroom, and some of the crystals on there are the really special ones, and she keeps moving them, right? I know that she moves them because I smell her around me. It's a particular one that I keep moving because I keep trying to hide it from her, so play games with her. And I'm just wondering whether...
There is the crystal that has some color on, and it's telling me about when the light and the sun standing on top of that crystal, you can see the purple and light blue color on that crystal. So that's what she meant, and that's what she touched.
Yeah, the rainbow one. My rainbow one, the big one.
Yep. Yes. That's what she's telling me.
Oh dear.
Yeah. Have this crystal more around. Use this spray all the time. And don't give up to talk to your daughter. And remember, we think that she passed, but she is more aware than us. She knows what's going on around us than we know about us. So that's why I wanted you to just go for it and believe in her, her energies, and her love is still around. And never doubt about your mom or mother's sense, which whatsoever you sense and feel and connect, it's completely correct. I wanted you to continue and never doubt. So I have many callers, almost about 6 or 7. So I need to say goodbye to you because now I'm gonna have one more. So thank you so much, gorgeous. Have a great one and wish you the best. For more information, PersianMedium.com, Abby.Weiss.com, and A1R. So back to studio, and I have Jana. Hello, Jana from Paris. How are you doing?
Hello. Thank you.
Oh my God, I love your energy, girl. Wow.
Thank you. It's wonderful to speak to you. I'm excited.
I'm excited too. I'm excited with this beautiful energy. I'm excited too. I don't know what to do now. It's kind of like, it's cold in my backyard, but just I feel like now with this beautiful energy, it's like I'm getting warm now. Okay, so
I'm a very positive person.
Oh, sure. Gorgeous. Give me your date of birth and then shoot your question. Go ahead, sweetheart.
Yes, do you have any messages for me, for my mom? My mom passed 2 years ago. My ex-husband is living with me, and he's dying of stage 4 cancer, and I'm going through a lot right now. And I'm wondering if you have any messages for me.
Well, the first things that I can see she's telling you is like, do you remember what you told me when I was sick? So I'm going to tell you the same things. Everything going to be all right. That was exactly what she was telling me. So she reminded you about, do you remember what you told me when I was sick? So she's trying to motivate you and letting you know that you should not give up. And believe in miracles. Listen to me. I mean, I may have lots of clients actually with cancers and many cancers, or like from all types. Okay. I believe in miracles because almost 25 of those people who was indirectly and directly my client, He's been cancer-free after whole. When the doctor already said, sorry, it's not happened. I'm sorry, just go home and have fun with your family and just like count on day and night and see like when is going to be the time. So I'm telling you tonight, the same way as your mother says, you do not give up on your husband. And you do believe in miracle stronger than ever you could imagine. Believe in the universe energies and believe on your power inside that if whatever you want, whatever you wish, just ask and receive. Your mother trying to tell you, you are not the person to give up easily. Then don't give up because there is reason.
No, I'm not. He's my ex-husband, and I don't want to see him die on me. And I'm wondering what messages my mother has for me. I mean, it's really, I haven't talked to my mother for a while, so I'm wondering what she's got for me in store. What messages has my mom got for me?
She is telling you, change your look again or do something with yourself. It sounds like you forgot about yourself a long time. It sounds like you just don't know what to do. Do something with your hair. Do something, and that is exactly what your mom says. Be silly. Be happy.
Do something with my hair.
That's what your mom says. Yes. And she,
okay.
So I know it's telling you to be silly again and have fun and laugh and try to cry when you feel that you have to cry. So don't.
That's something she would say.
So don't try to hide your emotion. If you feel that you need to cry loud and clear for yourself, do it. That's what your mom says. Don't hide your emotion, my dear. Try to look at yourself. Change your style of your hair and maybe the color.
I did this color today, too. Wow. You're awesome.
Life is one, and you should not give up on it.
No.
And I'm telling you that life is about you and what you are thinking and how you feel. Then feel positive, bring positivity around him, and don't worry about if he's going to pass or not, because as far as I'm concerned, he's going to be all right.
Oh, wow. Okay, thank you.
Your mom is very proud of you. Whatever you did in the last couple, maybe months, days, weeks, past 3 months, your mom is very, very proud of you. She always been.
I've changed boyfriends. I have a good boyfriend now.
She's proud of you.
She would love him. She loved him. I have a good boyfriend that she loves.
Yes. And that's what she's telling you. I'm proud of you that you moved on. I'm proud of you that you're helping him right now. Even when you found a new boyfriend and you're still there for him, she's proud of you because you have a beautiful, kind heart. And you always want to give this beauty of kindness to people, no matter who they are and where they are. So continue to be nice. Continue to be this angel. This is what your mom wants. And don't forget this. Try to have fun. This is what your mom wants. Have fun. Be silly and just have fun. That's all you need to do.
No, I love you. Thank you.
You're very welcome, gorgeous. So I may have just about maybe 60 or 90 seconds or maybe less than 1 minute. I have to maybe say goodbye. Oh, no, I still have some minutes. Oh, stay with me, baby. So now, last word. What do you want to tell to your mom? If I am your mom and I stand in front of you, last word, what are you going to tell her? Come on.
I want her to know I love her and how much I miss her and how much I'm dealing with life down here without her. And I really need her to stay with me in my life because I love her.
She loves you back, and she's proud of you, and she's around you. She knows what you are doing. She knows how you feel. She knows where you are going, and she knows everything about you.
I just want her to stay with me for the rest of my life and never leave me, and I'll be okay.
She's going to be. Your mom would never leave you. I promise you. She's always around. Now, I have to say goodbye. For those that want to communicate with me in a person, or better say directly, I want to go to PersianMedium.com, PersianMedium@gmail.com, or A1R or AvidAdvice.com. Have a great one, and see you tomorrow, 8 o'clock Pacific time. Bye-bye.
Welcome to the Medium Guru Show on A1R Psychic Radio. I've had such a busy but amazing week. I have given beautiful readings and I wanted to spend time with my wife and daughter. And with this radio show coming up, I always would like to give something valuable to you, of which of course I need to prepare. So I had a busy schedule to fit everything in last week. The theme I'd like to talk about today is stuck in life. What about people who are struggling with their life issues? Many people can't see anything positive anymore in their lives to move on, an emotional and rough past, and still facing problems and difficulties in their life. There is no motivation left to move on. They are stuck in life. And for the family and friends in their environment, it is very difficult to see that person suffering and struggling. They are not able to motivate these persons to move on. Of course, it is frustrating for the family and friends. And I see I didn't check my screen very well, so I have to put it on the text. Otherwise, I can't see what the producer is typing. So, to move on with my story, most people who are struggling with their life issues also assume their family and friends don't love them or they don't want to help them. It is a result of the feeling that they think they are not worth it, having people fighting for them and they don't feel loved. If you recognize this, please realize that life is not meant to be like this forever. For the family and friends, we need to understand that we should give these persons something valuable, instead of advices and telling them what to do or what don't to do. That will not help them creating a positive mindset. Give them your love and be there for these persons. That is the best medicine there is. Although it will take some time, but in the end, it is the result that counts. But not everybody has people around them that are able to help or motivate them to move on with their lives. Many people really are alone and isolated. This sounds unbelievable, but it is true. For those people, it is the hardest struggle to find somewhere a tiny piece of motivation to challenge their negativity. Their issue is they are stuck in life. And if you are stuck, there is no room to be flexible or to find a way to move on. As I said before, this life is not meant to get old this way. There is always a sparkle of positivity in everybody's life, even if you don't see this. Make it a challenge for you. Try to find that tiny sparkle. Search for this and focus on it. If you do this, you are investing in positive energy, and because of this focus, you are narrow-minded. And because of this tunnel vision, the influences from outside automatically are ignored and you go straight to your goal. Hey, and there is a sparkle in your life. That must feel great, and this must motivate you to find another sparkle. After some time, your life will be filled with many sparkles, which gives you the strength to overwin setbacks. Wow, that is a huge difference. First, your life was led by setbacks, and now the sparkles give you the power to survive the setbacks, and you are also able to see the distinction between the normal life issues and negativity. So fight for it and go find those sparkles. Everybody can see them. You too. And I can see we have a caller in the moment. It is DPK from Parlin, New Jersey. I'm sorry. Good evening. How are you?
Hello, how are you?
I'm very fine, thank you. How are you?
I'm very good, thank you.
How can I help you, DPK?
I just needed some insight, my life purpose, where am I heading in 2018?
So you need an insight on what, please? Can you repeat that?
I beg your pardon?
Could you please repeat your question? Your life purpose?
Yes, my life purpose and where am I heading in 2018?
Yes. Let's see what I get through. Yeah, let's see what I get through for my guides.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
What I can really see at your... Yes, you're welcome. What I can see for you in the near future, you have some stress. I can feel that, and it must be stress on your career. I also can feel you are a very sensitive and spiritual person. Mm-hmm. The view you have for the future, it comes to me like some vague view. So I can see really a focus you have in your life. You have put your mind on. So I can see some direction you're heading to. That means you are a little bit doubting. You're also some struggling with issues from your past, which holds you back a little bit. You have a relationship, right?
What is it?
You have a relationship at the moment?
No. Let me put my earplugs so I can hear you very nicely. I'm going to put my earplugs, okay?
So let's see what I can get through, because I can see a male figure at your side as a kind of relationship, but I assume that must be something from your past, which is still actual in your present.
Really?
Yeah. I can feel there is some connection which I can feel from you from the past, which keeps you a little bit stuck in the present. I can see you are very sensitive and very spiritual, but I can feel also emotional. You have some emotions which keep you stuck a little bit, and I can see some resistance to move on. You want to move on. What I can see, you are moving on, because this year I can see you are having a lot of strength to unleash yourself from a piece of your past. I can also feel that you must be somewhere also in your head at the moment, not really in your heart. So that's also why I can feel the stress. My stress level is a little bit high in my chest. If you go a little bit down to your heart, you will feel more rest in yourself. You will be more self-secure, because you are also some insecure.
Okay.
I can also feel you communicate not really the way you like to communicate. You're not really yourself. You're not really right fit in your skin, like to say.
What was the last sentence you said?
You're not really very well fit in your skin. I can feel your the chakra in your back below is a little bit out of balance, and I also can feel your relationship chakra is also out of balance. But I can't feel your inner power. So your inner power is somewhere in your stomach. It's the yellow color of your chakra system, and I can't feel it working very powerful. So that means. Yeah, and I can feel the tear in my eyes. That means that you are having some difficulties at the moment, resistance.
Yes, very true, very true. Very true.
Yeah.
Right on the spot.
Please go a little bit, be more yourself. It's not very strange to be a little bit different than every other person, because you also have the right to be yourself. And if you have chosen some kind of path for yourself, which you really would like to head up, go for it. Okay. Because I can really see that's the resistance. You are very insecure, and that's you don't need to be insecure, because you have from yourself a very strong character. You really know who you are, and you really know what you want. But you need to focus on several specific chapters of this story. And why? Because of your sensitivity, you are a highly sensitive person, and that gives some autistic, typed character of you, which means you are. It is possible to be getting out of balance because of the influences from outside. So if you focus for yourself. It's just like I said in the introduction, you get a tunnel vision. And if you have a tunnel vision, a straight view, everything what's outside that view, you are not able to see that. So you are also not able to be distracted by that. Because I can see changes in your career. I can see changes in your living environment. So that means I think you will be moving or something, because I can see a change in your house. Redecorating or moving, but I think you will be moving. That will take a little bit time. That's not for this year. That will be for some other year, a little bit in the future, but it is the near future.
Near future,
Yeah, I can feel that will come. That will be on your path.
But my career is going to be in the right place. Like I'll be moving.
Yeah, so
life will be moving financially and career-wise.
Yes, and I also, the career, you will have a change in your career, and you will have a change in your love life, I can see very clearly, because you are not really a person to be alone in this life.
Oh.
Okay. You are very independent, so that's really a positive point, but I can see a male figure heading up in your future. It will be a brand new person. You really don't know this person yet. And I think this person will be from some other state, because I can see another living area of this person. I can feel a little bit difficulty on that, because it is love on a distance, a little bit, but that will be closer. You will be heading closer together. I can see a male person. Mm-hmm. It is a male person, like he has a Western appearance. So I can see a white male heading up. He has some dark colored hair, more dark brown, dark eyes, normal nose, beautiful mouth, a little bit full lips. So that's a beautiful, he has a beautiful face. He smells like a very good perfume, but very male, so it is a strong energy. And this is also an energy with a positive domination. So that means he has an active performance. He will take you into his life. So you don't need to pull the big caravan on your own, but he will help you. You will be together heading to the future.
Oh, okay. But he's from restaurant? You said he's from a restaurant business?
I think he is from another state or something, because I can see some other environment, another living environment at his area.
Oh, okay.
But what I can see is you will have a very close connection. For you, it's no problem that it is a little bit distance between the both of you, because I can see you are very independent and you can live on your own very well, but it is time for the next level in your love life. So I can see you all heading up in a permanent relationship together. And that means I get the idea that you will moving because of this person. So I think the both of you will move to somewhere in the middle to be together and to be close to both of your family and friends. So your social life will not have a negative influence because of this relationship you're having.
Wow.
So it's really
if I know how to trust, maybe.
Yeah, this is really a very beautiful view for you. And what I can also see is that your finances will be much more better because of this relationship, because this man also has a very good, he has a very good financial background. And I also can see that if you are both together, you can split your finances. So yeah, that's a very good situation. Your career also will change in something independent for you. You will be self-employed or something, because I can see you will be on your own, working from your home. So you will be doing something on your own. This man is also self-employed because he's wearing a suit in my view. So that means it is a real career type. But it is not a person who is materialistic. He is very with both legs on the ground.
Okay.
Yeah, very earthly person.
Wow.
So I hope that looks good for you.
Oh my God, yeah, it's a wonderful, wonderful reading you gave me, and so much patience and so much time. Thank you so much.
That's no problem at all.
You explained it very nicely, and you gave me a lot of time. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much for calling us, and I wish you a very, very great evening to you.
Good evening to you too. Thank you so much. God bless you.
God bless you too. Thank you. Bye-bye. And now we have Christy from Cedar Rapids in Iowa. Hi, Christy.
Hi, how are you?
How are you?
I'm good, thank you. And yourself?
I'm very fine, thank you. You have a very beautiful energy, Christy.
I'm sorry?
You have a very beautiful energy.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. How can I help you, Christy?
I am wondering about myself and my husband. We've been separated, and I'm wanting to know, should we get a divorce or should we try again?
I will check for your love life. What I receive very a lot of emotion. I can feel more resistance in your relationship than emotion. So the sadness is less than the resistance. And with the resistance, I mean it takes a lot of power for the both of you to be together. I can see the both of you are hit by external influences also. So that means the relationship, you don't have very much control on the both of you. I can see you have a very beautiful energy. You are very spiritual. You are also very, very highly sensitive person. So that means that when something happens in your life, your heart is hit by a rocket. So when something happens, the sadness is 1,000 times bigger as it really is. Your husband, if I switch to your husband, then I can feel not very much resistance in his appearance. I also can feel some sadness. I assume your husband is in his head at the moment, in his ego, and you are very by heart. So you can't connect very well together. And I also can see there is some kind of past or something with the both of you which holds you back a little bit. It takes a lot of strength and it takes a lot of power to go to the future for the both of you. Let's see what I can see. But it is the past I can feel that are the struggles in your life together. So with your husband, because I can see a long relationship between the both of you in the history. So that means you are a long time together. The connection is very strong. Your husband is not cheating on you. I can see he is a very social person. So that means he is looking around to everybody. He is connecting to people, but it is not dangerous for you. That's what I can see, because your husband is also a sensitive person. It is not a negative energy. He is a positive energy, because I can see his energy has a beautiful light color, but his energy is a little bit, it is a little bit dark colored. That is because he is not really being himself. And that means he is not really fighting from his heart for your relationship. And I can feel, because he is not really investing in your relationship, that you are doubting, what should we do? Should we move on together, or should we break up, because this will lead to nowhere? But let's see, what will I do with what will my spiritual guides inform me? Because what's the best advice I can give you? Okay, so I make this movement with my hands. That means you will move on with your husband in this life, but it will be some rotation, and rotation means you will have a little bit ups and you will have a little bit downs. And that means when you are in an up moment, your husband will be in a down moment, and that's a very positive situation, because when you are on the opposite of each other, you are in balance. So that means I can see you will not break up. That's not a very good situation. You hear also my voice. I am, my words are stuck in my throat, because I can't say you have to break up. I have to inform you, you will need to proceed with this relationship. Try to motivate your husband by telling him how you feel from your emotions. So tell him about the pain in your heart and try to attract him to move from his head to his heart. So then you will have a situation where you can connect to each other. And if you have that connection, you can keep on rolling together. Then there is the balance in life. When you have a negative moment, he has a positive moment, and that will keep the balance, because then you can motivate each other in the right moments.
Okay. Should we move out of state?
I'm sorry, can you repeat your question?
Should we move out of state?
If you have to move from your state?
Yeah, should we go ahead and move?
Yeah, because the environment where you're living, that's the influence I can feel on you. That doesn't feel correct to me. So if you, it's for me, it's to me, it really appears in my mind that it's the best way for both of you if you move on. So also move to another place where you can start a new life together, because you should be together. I can really, my guides really inform me that you have a lot of investment in your relationship, but not in the both of you together. But you were, moving on together, but next to each other. So that is positive, of course, because you are on the same direction. You are also on the same road. But I can see you need to be not in two separate vehicles, but you need to be in just one vehicle together, heading up to your future.
Okay.
And I can see, because of the influences, I can feel a lot of negativity, and I can feel a lot of sadness in your environment. And that holds you both back and that keeps you out of your concentration. Because of the both of you are very sensitive and the both of you are also very spiritual. You are more spiritual than your husband, but both of you are spiritual. So that is, of course, a handicap because you are very sensitive for influences from outside, and especially negativity, jealousy, foul play, everything what's in your environment that really bothers you, the both of you. But you can handle that better than your husband. Your husband is more insecure. Your husband is more a chaotic person. You have structure. But the structure you have, it's very difficult to have a very structured life on your own. Your husband needs to feed your structure also and be there as a partner.
Okay.
I can't feel him really like a partner who is also fighting together with you in the front. So you are in the front, he is in the back. He needs to put a few steps forward, and he will do that if he is going into his heart. Then he will feel what's happening in his environment. Then that makes him angry because he wants to lead his life. He doesn't want life let him. He needs to be in control, but your husband is not in control, and that's why he is chaotic and he's not kind of focusing on the right direction. He needs to focus first on you, because you are important in his life. His main goal is your happiness.
Mm-hmm.
That's not because you're the woman, but that's because this is the only situation that you will conquer this struggle. He needs to focus on you. That's very easy for him because I can feel in your husband the love in the heart for you. He only loves you. It's incredible because you are the only person in his complete life that he really loves with his heart.
Oh, good. I needed to hear that. I needed that.
Yeah, because I can see some situations in his past, but that's just worthless. When I say that very roughly, of course, but it is worthless. You are very, very valuable for him. But because of all those influences from outside, which he cannot filter, he is distracted. So he lost control. Try to take back his control by showing him you are there. You are the person. You are the light in his life he should focus on. If he focuses on you, on the light, then he is focusing on the positive energy in his life, and that will motivate him to move on together with you. And then he is also able to help you when you are not feeling very well. So when you have a negative flow in your energy, and when he has a negative flow, you have a positive flow. So you can help each other. But I am really agree with you. You have to move because the environment you are living in the moment, that doesn't feel very positive to me. And I can feel you're not really on your place at the moment. Both of your chakras in the bottom of your back, that's how you are fitted in your skin. They are not feeling very in balance. So if you are moving, that the balance will be back in your life.
Okay. Thank you so much for your time. I really, really appreciate it. God bless you.
No problem at all. Thank you very much, and God bless you. And I wish you so much luck for the both of you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much for calling, Katie. So, our time will be up in a few seconds. The time flew by like an eagle in the sky, and I hope you enjoyed this show just like I did. It was a great show here on A1R Psychic Radio. So tune in on me next week. Same time, same location. Good luck to all of you, and I hope to see you next week. Bye-bye.
show. Thanks for joining me tonight. Hopefully everyone had a great 2 weeks. I took last week off in order to rest up a little bit. I had a crazy busy week, and that day was just one of those days where I just had like a crazy migraine and I just needed to take a me night. So again, I hope everybody had a great week. So let's move on to tonight's predictions for this week, which run from tonight through to next Thursday, April 19th. These are general predictions for everyone in areas of work, love, finances, health, and spirituality. If you're interested in personalized monthly predictions, you can go to my website, askrebecca.guru, to sign up there for those. Or if you're interested in asking 1, 2, or 3 questions a month via email, you can sign up for that as well on my website. All right, let's get into predictions. So, the general themes for this week you're being sucked into a black hole by a person or situation. You could feel suffocated, compressed, and powerless. You feel like this person is sucking the life out of you and draining your energy. Some people call that an energy vampire. For some of you, you're doing this to yourself. You're the black hole that you'll be experiencing. Then there are those of you who will be taking on the role of being the black hole by suffocating others or by trying to take away their power in some way to make them feel as if they're powerless in a situation because maybe you're feeling powerless in a situation. So it's kind of that projection of it. Either way, all parties involved have the power of choice. Whether you're on the receiving end or the giving end or a combination of the two, choose to walk away, choose to behave differently, choose to take your power back. And also, since black holes seem to be the theme this week, there is a good possibility you'll be seeing something in the news about black holes or some new discoveries surrounding them. Just remember, no matter your situation with this energy, it is all happening for your highest good to shed layers of old stuck behaviors and getting rid of old habits. There are strong energies from the deeper realms this week that will be flowing in, around, and on you. They will be infusing you and your current situations in life. Again, this is an energy of stripping away all things that no longer serve you. And for some of you, it may manifest in challenging ways or somewhat negative situations, or at least from your perception, it will seem that way and it could feel that way. Now, for others, it will show up in a more positive way, especially if you've been clearing the path for new things to come into your life. So no matter which way they show up in your life, just stay positive. It truly is for your highest good. It's growth and expansion. This week, you'll also be experiencing some level of liberation. You're releasing elements that were previously stuck or controlled by others in some way. So this is a doorway to feeling more freedom in your life, feeling more free to be yourself. Again, just an overall freedom, right? It's just a new level. Now, for this liberation or new level of freedom comes from emotionally detaching from either a job, a boss, coworker, friend, lover, family member, child, or any other number of things, but it's you emotionally detaching, right? That doesn't mean you're not feeling anything. It doesn't mean you're not experiencing emotions or feelings, but it's allowing you a level of freedom where you're not so attached to it and it controls you and it consumes you. So that's where it comes from, this level of freedom, liberation in that sense. So you will feel the difference, but that difference will be more on an internal level. Now, major aspects of your lives are moving forward this week. Depending on your life, it could be career, it could be relationships, it could be living situations, it could be emotional stuff, financial situations. And again, it could be any number of other things that could show up. And it could be a combination of all of the things that I just listed. Either way, it feels like blessings, unexpected breakthroughs, abundance, nourishment, and anything else that can deeply change your life. Now, use these breakthroughs wisely to plant the seeds you want to grow for your future. try not to get stuck in like the emotion of things. Again, you want to, you want to become aware of what's happening with you. You want to become aware of what you're feeling. You want to become aware of where you're giving your power away. You want to become aware of everything that you're doing in your day-to-day life. That way you're creating from a space of awareness, and you're not creating from like this subconscious realm of not knowing, and so then you just miscreate in your life. Now, movement is happening this week as well. It could be connected to all the things I just discussed. For some, it is literal movement, like some of you are moving jobs, moving homes, moving to new cities, states, or countries. Some of you are going to get physically fit by exercising, so it could be that type of movement as well. And some of you will be taking a hard look at where you're going and why. Some of you will have more of a metaphysical type movement, like changing your heart or changing your mind about something. And it could even be others having a change of heart or changing their mind about something that are a part of your life. And whatever that change is that they decide, or that movement that they decide to create, well, that's going to be affecting you as well, okay? Now, some of you may experience anxiety this week. Even though things may be going good, there's just this feeling of anxiousness because of the energy that's flowing right now. And some of you will be fighting the feeling to feel good. So there's a subconscious belief that something always has to be wrong, and feeling good just isn't acceptable because you haven't accomplished all the things that you think you should have already accomplished by now. So again, this could come up in the form of anxiety, and then just suppressing, allowing yourself actually to feel good and to celebrate what is happening in your life. Now, some of you will have a really difficult time staying focused this week, especially when it comes to work and career. Some of you will be worrying to worry out of habit, because that's just what you do. You're a worrywart, so you're just going to worry. But I feel like it's really important for you to figure out what you're worrying about and why, so that you can nip that in the bud and stop just worrying for no reason. Like, again, become aware of what's happening in your life. All right, let's see here. Work, for those of you that are employed, some of you will have a tendency to be too aggressive at work this week. You'll be forcing your ideas and agendas on coworkers. They won't care to listen or even try to understand. Some of you will be on the receiving end of this energy, which ends up causing you anxiety. And then some of you will be feeling undervalued or underappreciated at work this week. Some of you will have misunderstandings at work. And then there are a few of you who recently started a new job. And I feel like you're going to realize that you like the job, but you hate your boss, or you like your boss, but you hate the job. So it's going to be like this feeling of, yay, I'm working, but boo, this part sucks. So it's going to be the good and the bad. Work, for those of you that are looking for a job, not feeling much happening in the job search department. I feel like if you're in the construction industry, you'll have better luck landing a job. The rest of you, it's all about updating and sending out resumes. Stay positive and apply for every job that piques your interest, whether you think you're qualified or not. I do feel like small businesses or family-owned businesses is the place to search this week. I feel like you'll have better luck when it comes to landing an interview. Love, committed relationships. It's a pushing type energy this week, so some of you will be extra pushy in relationships, trying to force what you want. Some of you will be pushing your agenda of moving in together or getting engaged or having a baby. My advice, don't do it. Pushing and forcing is basically setting yourself up for failure. You won't get what you want. Those of you on the receiving end of this energy are really going to be feeling the push to end the relationship. My advice, don't. Everyone needs to not react on their initial impulse, right? Again, it's this energy, like wait for this energy to pass. Misunderstandings are easy this week in relationships, so think before you speak. Oh, and I do feel like a few of you guys are going to be having babies this week. So if you're pregnant, you might be having the baby. And for some, there is a high probability of getting pregnant this week. So if you're trying, that's great, wonderful news. You'll probably be very lucky in that department. But if you're not trying, then use protection. Those of you that are looking for love, some of you will meet someone this week who you think is special and could be the one. Again, there's an energy of forcing and pushing your agenda. So my advice again is don't. Be patient. And if you're on the receiving end, speak up and let the person know you're vibing them too, but you're not in a hurry to settle down after the first date, right? Like patience, take your time. Then there will be those of you who meet someone this week and won't be pushing. But some of you who have been hanging out or dating someone a bit will decide to like label the relationship or become exclusive or, take it up a notch or so. So cheers. Finances, let's see. Most will be feeling upbeat and good about finances this week. Some of you will be trying to get a lot accomplished for future financial planning. Again, there's going to be that pushing energy, so you'll try to rush it along. Take my advice. Don't push, rush, or force things. Take your time. If it seems too good to be true, well, then it probably is. And some of you need to get a handle on where your money is going, or at minimum, become aware of your spending habits. It's not the week to gamble or take chances with your money. Health, some of you are going to be so pumped this week with the energy that you'll be ready to go hard on like a new exercise routine. Advice coming through, you'll get burned out and quit by next week. So baby steps. And some of you who regularly work out and push yourself hard in the gym need to be careful this week. You could become injured from overdoing it. This is also a good week for overindulgence in food, drugs, and alcohol. So be sure to moderate yourself, or you risk adverse side effects. Spirituality, some of you may find that you have finally found some spiritual answers that you've been looking for. There is some truth to the answers that you found, but I do feel like for some of you, there is a slight caution. Explore the newfound spiritual understanding, but think it over several times before entrusting your entire spiritual being to someone else or to an organization. Trust yourself first. And some of you are so exhausted from your daily life that you haven't made time for your spiritual side to feed your soul. Take a few minutes for yourself this week to feed your soul and nourish your body, mind, and spirit. A walk in nature will do wonders for you. It really is a grounding and peaceful type energy. Anything, even if you have to hide away in the bathroom for like 10 minutes, hide from the kids, hide from the dog, hide from the relationship, and just hang out in the bathroom for 10 minutes and read, or just take a couple of deep breaths. Do it. Do whatever you need to create some peace of mind and create a little zen for yourself, okay? So that covers this week's predictions. I hope that everybody has a really great week. Let's take tonight's caller. Tonight's caller is Jolene in Girard, Ohio. How are you? Jolene, can you hear me? All right. Well, it looks like Jolene is MIA, or we have a bad connection and she can't hear me, or I can't hear her. So we will see what Dave, the amazing producer, does, and hopefully gets another caller for me. But in the meantime, what I'll do is I'll do a moment of Zen, since we haven't done that in a really long time, because I'm usually running over. So if you want to close your eyes, open your palms, tell yourself that you're open to receive. And what I'm going to do is send you some energy to help you with this week and to help basically move and shift any stuck energy that's existing within you and open up any of your chakras that aren't rotating and spinning properly, and just an overall of like raising your vibrational frequency so that you can cope with anything that might come your way. All right, so take a deep breath, and here we go. And I'll let you know when you can open your eyes. All right, go ahead and open your eyes. So I feel like as some of you actually felt some, I felt like the download of the energy was coming through the third eye and through the eyes, and that there was some fluttering happening and some energy coming through that way. And then I felt a little bit of intensity in my throat chakra, and kind of felt that move down through the rest of my body. And I feel like some of you probably experienced a similar thing. All right, it looks like Dave has rock and rolled like usual, and he's got Linda in Scotland that's up next. Hi, Linda, how are you?
Hi, I'm good.
Thank you for calling in. How can I help you tonight?
I'm just looking for some questions answered.
I'm sorry, you broke up a little bit. Can you repeat that for me?
I'm just looking to get some questions answered.
Oh, absolutely. Yes. What kind of questions? Ask away.
My friend's lying to me.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear that again. I had a pop-up on my screen. Can you repeat that one more time?
Are my two friends lying to me?
Oh, are your friends lying to you?
Yeah.
Oh, no. Let me see. I feel like they are, I don't want to say that they're lying, but I feel like they're trying to protect you from something, and that they may not be sharing the full version of events or the full story. I just feel like it may be connected to, I feel like it could be connected to some sort of relationship outside of your friendship.
Oh my God, that is exactly what I was meaning.
Yeah, so I just feel like they're sheltering you in some way, and to me, connecting.
They're not telling me the whole truth.
Right. Yeah, I feel like they're not sharing the whole story with you because they're worried about hurting you or hurting your feelings. But I feel like
that's what I thought. I thought they didn't want to tell me the truth because they were trying not to hurt my feelings.
Yes. Yeah. And is it connected to your, is it connected to a romantic relationship in some way?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So I kind of feel like the relationship that you're in may no longer be meeting your needs, or something's not right. And I just kind of feel like if you want to save your relationship, then I feel like you've got to work on expressing your feelings more in a way that, right now, I feel like you feel like you're expressing your feelings, but it's coming across in more of a, what's the word I'm looking for? It maybe passive aggressive. Do you know what I mean? mean? Instead of just saying, hey, my feelings are hurt, I feel sad, I feel unappreciated, I feel like I'm having trust issues. It's coming across in a different, you're verbalizing it in a different way. Does that make sense?
Yes, yes. Can you tell me if I should just let these friends go on their way?
Let me ask you this. I'm kind of feeling 3 people. Would that be close to the number? I feel like there's one that you could let go because this person, and I feel like it's the person that you've maybe known the least amount of time.
Can you tell me about my neighbor next door? Is she loyal and a best friend to me?
I feel like, yes, I feel like your neighbor is loyal, and I do feel like she is a friend. I do feel like sometimes she gets intimidated by you and doesn't know how to I feel like she shuts down sometimes because she gets intimidated by you, and then you might misinterpret her reaction and feel like she's not supportive.
Okay. Okay. Who are my real friends? Are you able to tell me? Are you able to pinpoint who I can trust?
Okay, so I feel like you can trust everybody, but there's one person that you can't trust. And I feel like this person only has their best interest in mind, and this person feels like they could be someone that is like a cheat, and an attention getter, and it feels like it's the person that you might not, that you've known the least amount of time. Does that make any sense to you? Are we talking about like 3 or 4 people?
Yeah, 2 or 3.
Okay, yeah. So I keep feeling 3, and I feel like you can trust 2 of them, but you can't trust one of them. And
okay.
Do you know? Okay, does one of them are 2 of them like brunette, darker colored hair, and one is more light colored hair, like a blondish color?
Yeah.
Okay, to me, it feels like it may be the blondish colored hair woman that is more out for herself. And okay, let me ask you this. Like, I know we're live on the radio, so do you feel like this person like tried to come on to your boyfriend, husband, lover, romantic partner, or something like that?
No, but possibly.
Okay.
I think so, but I think she's capable of doing something like that. Yes.
Okay, yeah. So it's her that has that energy. Like, again, it's a feeling of more looking out for herself and doing whatever makes her feel good and whatever's in her best interest. And is she the one that you know the least amount of time?
Yeah, the 2 of them with the dark hair, I've known the least amount of time.
Okay, so she's the one that you've known the longest then.
Yes.
Do you
Not
guys
by
have
much.
Do you have like a volatile relationship with her? Like, I feel like this is somebody that you've had issues with ongoing over the period of time, where like I feel like this is nothing new, and this is, that you've been questioning her loyalty and friendship for a while now.
Yes.
Yeah, well, I feel like you should trust your instincts about her. Yeah, I feel like you need to trust your instincts, and I do feel like you could have a conversation with her and just confront the situation, but in a healthy way, right? Like, because you guys have a lot of history, but I feel like you just need to be honest with one another, and you need to tell her what's going on with you.
Okay. Okay. And do you see anything in my love life anytime soon?
Well, I kind of feel like you need to figure out what you want and what you need. And I do kind of feel you also need to actually let your friends set you up with someone, as crazy as that sounds, but I feel like...
Okay.
What do you have? What's going on? Are you considering leaving your work?
I'm not at work right now. I'm on sick.
Ah, gotcha. Okay, that's why I felt like you're leaving work or not there. Okay. Well, I only have 90 seconds left. Is there anything that you want to ask me really quick before we get off here?
Last question.
My last question. I don't know. You've kind of stumped me with everything you said already.
I can get that last question.
I'm sorry, I didn't catch the... Believe it or not, my mother-in-law is Scottish, and I still have a difficult time with the accent. Can you repeat your last question really quickly?
Okay, last question. Will my next lover be a female?
Well, it's kind of hard to tell because it's an energy. So the energy feels more masculine to me, but that could mean that it's a woman with more of a masculine energy, or it could mean that it's a man with a masculine energy. So I don't know if that helps answer your question or not. But I only have 30 seconds, so I have to go. Thank you so much for calling in. Thank you, everybody else, for tuning in tonight. I look forward to connecting with you next week. Have a great night. Thanks.
Hi, I'm Stephanie, and thanks for watching Moonstruck. And now back to A1R on the air. Psychic Talk Radio now on Moonstruck TV. Enlightening television.
Hi everybody, Tonya here, Australia's Psychic Cowgirl from Australia. How are we all today, or this evening, or this morning, wherever you are? I know we get a lot of you from America, so it's evening over there, 10:30 at night, I believe. And here it's middle of the day, so we've just swapped around with daylight saving. So it's been interesting to, get sorted. We were started off a little bit later, then slowly I've got a couple of hours earlier. So just rescheduling everything and fitting it all in. So that's been a bit of fun. So we had a bit of an interesting morning this morning. We had a flat tyre, or my partner did, and so it was go to the rescue because the spare didn't fit. It was just one of those things. So we had a bit of a laugh, and been up bright and early this morning. I usually am up early, but not quite dressed and ready to jump in the car and do a rescue. But anyway, that was a bit of fun. So I hope your week's all been fantastic. I've had a really good week here. I did a 3-day boot camp on public speaking over the weekend. So that was absolutely fascinating and something that really I've always found really intriguing. I love talking to people and getting my message out there, and really felt that I gained so much from doing the boot camp and learning some new techniques that hopefully you'll notice with my show. I've got a few there watching that are going to be my reminders, so I'm pretty happy with that. And that was great. And that was with the Speakers Institute. They are expanding to be at a global level. I know they do have a few offices around at the moment besides here in Australia. So if you're wanting to master public speaking and getting the confidence to stand up and tell your story, and that's been really fascinating. I'm just moving that incense out. It's been really fascinating to share stories, and it was one thing. I was with a group of about 35 others, and everyone was sharing their story and just getting clear on what our story was. And for me, the process was amazing. It allowed me to actually delve deep into what my story was, how I came about to step into doing psychic mediumship, how I've owned it, and probably, more so this weekend again. It is something that, people are really fascinated with now, which I love. There's not that stigma. And often if I meet somebody, and I did meet a couple on the weekend that were a bit like, oh yeah, I don't really understand that stuff, and I'm down with that, because I would say I'm a fair skeptic myself. So I do have that side. I don't just believe things that I'm fed, and that's where it shows through in my mediumship. Most of the mediums that I know are the same. We're all authentically getting the message out there, and we want it to be clear. We don't want to give you a generic message that could be for anybody or make you doubt the fact that spirit is around. So that being authentic and being present to be able to connect in a